The Yashica T5 is not just another point and shoot, it's a legend. Praised by pros and loved by enthusiasts, this camera has a cult following in the world of film photography. But here's the thing, even if you got one in your hands, it can feel a bit intimidating at first. What makes it so special? How do you use it to capture those sharp, stunning shots everyone raves about? And is it really worth the hype? Today I'm going to answer all those questions and more. I'll walk you through everything you need to know to get started with the Yashica T5, from loading the first roll of film to mastering its unique features. And if you stick around, I also share some personal tips I've learned along the way, like how to get creative with its iconic Super Scope viewfinder. By the end of this video, you not only know how to use the T5, but also how to unlock its full potential. So let's dive in. What makes the Yashica T5 so special? Let's start with why the Yashica T5 is so sought after. First up, the lens. It's got a Carl Zeiss lens, and if you know anything about lenses, you know that Zeiss means quality. We're talking about sharp, vibrant images with beautiful contrast, no matter what you're shooting. This lens is most likely why people chose the T5 over other point and shoots. And then there's the design. It's compact, lightweight, and incredibly easy to carry. This camera is perfect for street photography, travel, or just capturing everyday moments. But don't let its simplicity fool you. This thing is packed with features. One of its unique features is the Super Scope viewfinder. Now, this isn't just a gimmick. It's a waist-level viewfinder on the top of the camera that lets you shoot on a lower angle without crouching down. It's amazing for candid shots, creative perspectives, and sneaky street photography. And let's not forget the built-in flash. Unlike some other point and shoots where the flash feels like an afterthought, the T5's flash is actually useful. It's great for indoor shots, low light settings, or adding a pop of light to your subject. But the real magic of the T5 isn't just the specs, it's in how it makes you feel when you're shooting. This camera takes the guesswork out of photography so you can focus on the moment. And that's what film photography is all about. Alright, let's get you set up. First things first, loading your film. If you're new to film photography, this part can seem intimidating, but trust me, it's easier than it looks. Start by opening the back of the camera. You'll see the film chamber on one side and the take-up spool on the other side. Take your roll of film, put the leader out, just enough to line up with the spool, and gently slide it in. Close the back and the T5 does the rest. It automatically advances the film for you. Easy, right? Next, check your battery. The Yashica T5 runs a CR123A battery, and without it the camera won't function. To check if it's working, half press the shutter button. You see a film counter activate, you're good to go. If not, it's time for a new battery. Also, the T5 lets you know if it's running out of juice, with a blinking battery symbol. Now let's talk about controls. The T5 keeps things simple. There's a shutter button, a flash toggle, a self-timer toggle, and the film counter. And that's pretty much it. This minimal design is what makes it so beginner friendly, but don't let its simplicity fool you. This camera is capable of incredible shots if you know how to use it, and that's exactly what we cover next. Before we dive deeper, let's take a moment to break down the buttons and features of the T5 so you can fully understand how to navigate this iconic camera. While its design is minimalist, there's a few important controls that you want to get familiar with. The most obvious one is the shutter button. It's located on the top right of the camera and does more than just snap your photos. When you half press the shutter, the camera will automatically focus and calculate the exposure settings for you. You know it's ready when you see a green light indicator light up. Press it fully to take the shot. The flash toggle button on the T5 is located on the top of the camera and it allows you to switch between multiple flash modes. These modes provide flexibility for various shooting conditions, and each setting is represented by an icon on the top of the camera. Here's a breakdown of the available options. Auto flash mode. The camera automatically decides when to fire the flash based on the ambient lighting conditions. This mode is perfect for general photography as it ensures proper exposure without any manual adjustments. Red eye reduction auto flash mode. This mode reduces the likelihood of red eye when photographing people in low light. The camera emits a pre-flash to help the subject eyes adjust before the main flash fires. Best for portraits or group shots indoors or dim lighting. Flash in mode. The flash will fire with every shot, regardless of the lighting conditions. Use this mode to fill in shadows of your subject or for creative lighting effects in bright environments. Flash off mode. The flash is disabled even in low light conditions. This mode is perfect for preserving natural light or in situations where flash is not permitted, such as in museums or during performances. Landscape mode. This mode disables the flash and sets the focus to infinity. It's designed for outdoor shots and distant scenes where flash and close range focusing is unnecessary. How to use the flash toggle button. Press the flash toggle button repeatedly to cycle through the modes. The current mode is displayed as an icon in the viewfinder. Take a moment to experiment with each setting to see how it works in different lighting conditions. These options give you a full control over your lighting, whether you want to keep it natural, add drama, or capture distant landscapes with clarity. Self-timer button. The self-timer button is located on the top of the camera and pressing it activates the self-timer mode. And here's how it works. When you press the button, a small light on the front of the camera begins flashing, indicating the timer is active. The timer counts down approximately 10 seconds before taking the shot. Self-timer with flash. If you're using a self-timer in low light conditions or need flash, make sure to set the flash mode before activating the self-timer. The flash will automatically sync with the self-timer for proper exposure. While there's no option to adjust the countdown duration, the default 10 seconds is plenty time to compose your shot and get into position. Finally, there's the manual film rewind button, located on the bottom of the camera. Normally, the Yashica T5 will rewind your film automatically when you finished a roll. But if you ever need to rewind mid-roll, for instance, if you want to switch to a different film stock, you can press this button with a small tool like a pen tip. While not a button, it's worth mentioning the battery compartment and the film counter. The battery compartment is on the side and it houses a CR123A battery. The film counter, visible on the top panel, shows how many shots you have left, so keep an eye on it, especially if you're nearing the end of your roll. These buttons and features might seem simple, but together they give you a surprising amount of control over your shots. Take some time to play around with them and you'll feel even more confident with using your T5. The Yashica T5's viewfinder is more than just a way to frame your shots. It's a helpful tool that provides vital information for composing and capturing your photos. Let's break it down so you know exactly what you're looking at. The main frame you see in the viewfinder is the picture area frame, which represents the part of the scene that will appear in your final image. However, if you're shooting at close range, let's say within 1 meter, parallax can cause your composition to shift slightly. To compensate for this, use the close range picture area frame, which is the smaller rectangle inside the main frame. It ensures your subject is properly centered and aligned at shorter distances. At the center of the viewfinder, you see a small rectangle called the focusing frame. This is where the camera will focus when you half press the shutter button. Make sure your subject is within the rectangle, especially if you're using focus lock. We'll cover this in a moment. LED indicators and their meaning. Right next to the viewfinder, you notice 2 LED indicators, green and red. These provide quick feedback about the camera's status and settings. Let's talk about the green LED. When it's steady green, focus is locked and the camera is ready to shoot. When the green light is blinking, the camera is unable to focus. This might happen in low light or the subject lacks contrast. Try to adjust your composition or aiming at higher contrast area. So let's go over the red LED. If you have a steady red LED, when the red LED is blinking, the flash is charging and the camera cannot shoot until it's ready. By paying attention to these indicators, you can ensure that your shots are properly focused and exposed before pressing the shutter. The Yashica T5's simplicity is one of its greatest strengths, but it also comes with advanced features that can take your photography to the next level. Let's explore a few techniques that will help you to get even more creative and precise with your shots. The T5's autofocus system is reliable, but there are a few times where you might want to lock focus on a subject that isn't in center of the frame. Here's how to use the focus lock. Place your subject in the center of the focusing frame and half press the shutter button. The green LED will light up, confirming focus is locked. While holding the shutter button halfway, recompose your shot to place your subject off center for a more dynamic composition. Press the shutter button fully to take the picture. Focus lock is ideal for portraits, creative framing and situations where your main focus and situations where your main subject isn't the center of the scene. Just like focus lock, you can also lock the camera's exposure setting to ensure consistent results in challenging lighting conditions. AE lock is automatically enabled when you half press the shutter button. Use it to lock exposure on a specific part of a scene, then recompose to include other elements. For example, if your subject is backlit, you can point the camera at their face, half press the shutter to lock the exposure, and then recompose to include more of the background. Using the Superscope for creative angles. The T5 Superscope viewfinder is one of its standout features. By looking down at the camera from above, you can use it to shoot from the waist level or other creative angles. This is especially useful for candid street photography, to stay inconspicuous while framing your shot. Capture dramatic compositions by holding camera close to the ground. But you can also use it for unique framing. So use the Superscope to experiment with reflections, symmetry, shooting through objects like windows or fences. Pre-focusing for action shots. If you're shooting moving subjects like street or travel photography, use the pre-focus technique to save time. Point the camera at the spot where you expect your subject to move into and half press the shutter button to lock focus and exposure. Wait for the subject to enter the frame, then press the shutter fully to capture the shot. This method is great for nailing sharp, in-focus photos for dynamic scenes. Leveraging landscape mode. Landscape mode is perfect for capturing wide distance scenes. It sets your focus to infinity and disables the flash, ensuring your images are crisp and well exposed without unnecessary light interference. Use this mode for cityscapes, mountains, or even nighttime long exposures when paired with a stable surface or a tripod. By mastering these advanced techniques, you'll unlock the full creative potential of the Yashica T5 and elevate your photography to the next level. Don't be afraid to experiment. Film's all about learning and enjoying the process. Let's be real, no camera is perfect, and the Yashica T5 is no exception. But the good news, most of its quirks is easy to work around. First, let's talk about the film jams. They're rare, but they can happen if you don't load the film correctly. To avoid this, make sure the film leader is securely placed on the take-up spool before closing the back. Battery life is another thing to watch out for. The T5, as mentioned, uses a CR123A battery, and while it lasts a decent amount of time, it's always a good idea to carry a spare, especially with shooting in cold weather, which can drain the battery faster. Shooting the Yashica T5 isn't just about the camera. As you heard many times, it's about the experience. Film forces you to slow down, think about your composition, and make every shot count. There's no instant feedback and no delete button. And when you finally develop your role and see those photos for the first time, it's like opening a time capsule. With the T5, every shot feels intentional. The simplicity of the camera lets you focus on what matters most, capturing the moment. And that's why film photography is so special. It's not just about the image, it's about the process, the memories, and the stories behind each frame. So there you have it. Everything you need to know to get started with the Yashica T5. From its legendary Carl Zeiss lens to its beginner-friendly design, this camera is a powerhouse for film photographers at any level. If you're thinking about picking one up or already have one, I hope this guide helps you to unlock its full potential. And now I want to hear from you. What's your favorite thing about the Yashica T5? Or if you're new to film photography, what are you most excited to shoot? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. I've got plenty more film photography tips, camera guides, and creative challenges coming your way. Until next time, happy shooting.